In 2023, I got 8 degree apprenticeship offers, including from JLR and Rolls-Royce. This year, in 2024, I helped Olamide get into degree apprenticeships at HSBC and Deutsche Bank, and now we're here to help you too. In the previous episode, we talked about how to stand out as a top 1% candidate throughout the application process, and today we're going to be talking about the magic wand, hence the glasses here, which so many aspiring apprentices are searching for, and how it may or may not help you land your dream degree apprenticeship. Let's get into it.
So a lot of people, they message me on LinkedIn. They're basically looking for like a sort of magic wand. Like, how did you get the apprenticeship? That's what they'll be asking me. But ultimately, it's down to hard work. There's no way around it. You have to put in the effort behind it. There's no point in me giving you all these tips. You don't implement them. Or maybe you do, but you only do it halfway. You don't actually put in 110% effort. Once you put in as much as you can, that's when you know that, yes, I deserve to be here. And from putting that effort, you now have that confidence. And like I've said earlier, that confidence breeds into other stuff again. For example, helping other people out, putting the cherry on top of the cake, as I've said earlier. So put in as much effort as you can now so that you can reap the benefits later. That's ultimately the sacrifice you have to make.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you when you said like magic wand. Like people are looking for that one strategy.
Yeah.
What's this one
They're just
LinkedIn
looking,
post
yeah.
I can do? What's this one tip on my CV? What's this one answer to this interview question that's going to get it? But it's like it's literally work. So like in this interview today, there's been so much knowledge that you've told people here. This is what to do. This is what to do. This is what to do. So people should, after watching this video, they've now got a roadmap. This is what I need to do. But that's not going to get you in. Just watching this video and watching other videos or messaging someone on LinkedIn, it's not going to get you there. It's step one is learn everything. Okay, fine. You need to learn it so you know what to do. Otherwise, you're not going to do. But then step two is work. And it's just that there's no way around it. It's like learn it, and then you have to work and implement it, get better at the interviews. You have to do whatever work experience you need to do. You have to manage your A levels like this to ensure you get the grade. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, that's it's really powerful to hear from you.
Also to add to that, yes. For me, degree apprenticeships in my school wasn't well known, so I had to do a lot of everything on my own, like figuring out what sort of things am I meant to do, how am I meant to conduct myself in such way, am I meant to do X, Y, and Z to do well in this interview. For me, I had to do a lot of trial and error to get to the information I'm giving you today. So ultimately, this is giving you a good head start on what to do. So there isn't really an excuse now to say, oh, I don't know what to do here, what should I do there. You have to reach out to other people, reach out to different people that are in the same situation as you. Because when you're working with other people, there's a sort of competition aspect that comes into it as well. You want to be able to one-up them and they want to one-up you. So ultimately, you push each other towards success, I think is important, because though apprenticeship are becoming more and more popular, there still isn't really, schools aren't really focused on it as much as compared to university, because they want to like boost their rankings in like their school rankings, focusing on university only. So some of the part of the journey of doing an apprenticeship is going to be quite lonely, going to be on your own. Most people in school aren't going to understand why are you not in school today? Where did you go? Are you doing an assessment center? What's an assessment center? All those sort of things. You're going to be on your own quite a bit. So I think it's important to find people that are a few years ahead of you, not too far, not 10 years. Find someone that's 1 or 2 years ahead of you, or group of people, or people that are the same level as you, and work together as a team. For example, the community that you guys are in is very useful. I'll say that's what really helped me, because I saw other people doing applications, and it also motivates you, because if other people are putting in an extra hour in the day towards their application, you're going to want to do the same because you're competing with them. So it's a sort of like complex that helps you to push yourself forward rather than being on your own. There's just benefits of having a bit of competition and working with other people, because you only have 2 eyes and 1 brain. But if there's more people around you, you're able to pick up more things. For example, the Bank of England degree apprenticeship, I didn't know about it until I entered the community and I found someone else was applying to it. If I wasn't looking around, socializing with other people, thinking that I'm competing with all of you, so I'm not going to talk to you, I'm not going to be your friend or etc. You have to put yourself out there in sort of sense. You can't just be behind a screen on your own, trying to sort this thing out on your own. You have to go out there. Also, try your best to give value back to other people. I think it's very important that if you give, you're going to get back. And also, when you're speaking and you're teaching people other stuff, it's going to be ingrained better in your head. So, for example, let's say you did an application process to X and X bank, and someone else is asking you, "Oh, could you please help me through this?" But a lot of people, they like to gatekeep. They don't really like to say how they did it. I know it's a bit sad, but once you've explained to them, okay, when you explain to them how to do that application process, for example, in your head, you're thinking, oh, how did I actually go through this? What skills did I talk about? What did I actually say in the interview? What skills did I actually learn? When you're speaking to someone and you're telling them how to do it, in your head, you're actually educating yourself in a sort of sense. So that when you now apply for the next apprenticeship, you become more aware of what to do. So ultimately, that person is helping you reflect on your own actions. Usually you're doing an application, just leaving, you throw it away, next one. But usually when someone comes back to you and knocks on your door, say, okay, what did you do here? It's actually helping you reflect on what you actually did. So in a sort of way, it helps you when you want to now apply for the next apprenticeship. So it works in a sort of sense, which is good in my opinion.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think with what you were saying there, with like schools, for example, schools not focused on degree apprenticeship, they're all focused on university. There's positives and negatives to that. So there's obviously the negative of they don't focus on degree apprenticeships, you're going to have to do it yourself. But that's also a positive because it means if you're prepared to put in the work, it now automatically gets you above 99% of people, because most people, their schools don't help with degree apprenticeships. They just don't do anything. This is a huge opportunity now because like most people don't know about it, they're not prepared to the work. If you're the one person who's prepared to put in the work, then that's going to massively sort of put you forward there. And I also like what you sort of said about getting other people and sort of having the community and sort of helping people and that sort of thing and teaching them. Because I think with learning, there's sort of 3 different stages. The first thing is when you just learn something. So maybe you hear it for the first time, and that's like one level of learning. The next stage is sort of implementing it, and that's where you've done this learning, you're now implementing and you're using it for real. And when you implement it, that's going to further your learning rather than just like hearing it, for example, on a video or a podcast or something. You're now implementing it. And then the final level there is teaching. Because to teach something to someone else, intrinsically to do that, you have to understand the concept enough to be able to explain it to someone who hasn't yet done that learning. So that's essentially where the third level of teaching, you effectively become really good at it. Yeah. So that's why it is so powerful. I know there's like the gate with all applications, whether it's medicine, dentistry, apprenticeships, there's all the gatekeeping sort of thing. But I think if, for example, you're in your community or with your friends or whatever it is, and you're sort of teaching them, it's going to solidify your learning. You teach them how to do interviews, guaranteed you're going to get better at interviews yourself, for example.
Get better.
Okay.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
It's true. There's no magic wand, there's no silver bullet. It's about putting in the work. And if you want my help getting into your dream degree apprenticeship, just like my previous students on the screen now, then go check the link in the description and book a call with me now. Okay, see you soon, and for the next video, click there.